Good morning, y'all. Spiritual Whistleblower here. This is a follow-up part 2 video to the video I posted last night where I talk about the death of your narcissistic parents, how they try to threaten to take you out of the will if you don't cooperate with allowing them to control you as an adult. You know, when you threaten to cut them off or you don't cooperate in some type of way, if you don't do what they tell you to do, you know, it's still like that authoritative parent child relationship. They don't recognize you as an adult and they don't respect you as an adult. So it's like this condescending behavior where it's do as I say, or if you don't do as I say, I'm going to take away all the gifts I gave you. I'm going to threaten to take the money that I promised you away. I'm not going to help you pay on your car note anymore. I'm not going to help with you with your bills. You know, y'all might have a joint bank account with y'all parents. A lot of adults, and I'm so against this, a lot of adults share joint bank accounts with their parents. And I'm like, why? That's a form of control. Your parents are able to keep track of your finances and keep tabs on how you spend your money. That's a control tactic. That's 100% financial abuse. Close that fucking account and go open up your account. Keep your parents out your fucking business financially. Why is anything in their name? Why are you getting help financially from them just so they could throw it back in your face? You need to be 100% financially independent. I know times are hard. I know rent is high. I know groceries are expensive. We're all struggling. You understand? We all got bills to pay. But damn it, some of y'all rely too much on your abusive family to help you take care. You're up there tolerating disrespect and abuse just because you need help with your bills. And I'm the type of person, I'll be homeless in the street. I'll sleep in a fucking cardboard box before I ever ask my mother or family for any fucking help. Because for me to return back to them and beg them for help means I have to subject myself to all types of disrespect, bullying, emotional abuse. And I'm sorry, the money is just not fucking worth it. So if you did not check out that video, I posted it last night. I talk about how your narcissistic parents will threaten to take you out of their will. When they die, they claim they'll give all the money to your brother and sister, other relatives, but they won't give you shit. They make threats when you don't allow them to control you. And what I said in my video was, I don't care about the money. Take me out the will. Shut the fuck up once and for. Let me just end this conversation, mom or dad. Don't keep throwing that shit in my face because I'm not fucking impressed. I don't want your money. Matter of fact, you take the house, the car, the trust fund, life insurance policy, whatever you decided to put in the will and leave behind. I want you to give it to my motherfucking siblings. I don't want shit, bitch. I want my freedom. I want my peace of mind. And I want you, mom and dad, to leave me the fuck alone. Burn in hell. Burn in fucking hell. I'm going to celebrate when your ass is gone. I'm counting down the days because you've done nothing but been fucking abusive the entire time I've existed on this earth. Now, I forgive you. I still love you and I will forgive you, even though I don't have to fucking forgive you. But forgiveness does not mean that I have to open up the door and reestablish a new relationship with you. I want nothing to do with you. That's all and that's it. So don't think you can dangle money or possessions in my face just to get me to bow down so that you can control me as an adult. I don't care about the money or material possessions. Give it away to somebody else. My brother and sister can fucking have it. So I made that video because there's so many adults like, if you really truly are over your parents and you don't care, you're not going to care about the money. You're going to say, you know what, goodbye. I don't care what you do with the money. Take me out the fucking will. But there's a lot of y'all that are greedy and y'all need to work on yourselves. And y'all want the money. Y'all stress the fuck out about being pulled out the will. Why? Is it really about the money? You know, you really got to get in touch with your true self and know yourself and say, is my peace worth more than all this bullshit that my parents are throwing at me? And I'll leave it at that. But this is a follow-up because I'm going to talk about your siblings. Yeah. Yeah. I left this out of the video last night, but I want to talk about how you can allow shit to backfire on your toxic siblings. See, your siblings act as a flying monkey. And for those of you that don't know what a flying monkey is, and I will constantly reiterate this in all my videos. If you've ever seen the movie The Wizard of Oz, there's the Wicked Witch of the West, there's Dorothy, Toto, there's also a good witch. Well, there's a part in the movie where the Wicked Witch is in her castle and she has a fleet of these monkeys, and the monkeys have wings on their backs. They fly. That's what they're called, flying monkeys. And she sends them on assignment to go kidnap Dorothy and Toto. So they go and they fly and they find, they actually kidnap Dorothy and Toto. But the whole time the witch remains in her castle. She's the head ringleader giving the instructions to her flying monkeys. Do as I say. You go find Dorothy and Toto and you kidnap them and you bring them back here to this castle. And once you bring them back to me, I will take over and I will punish Dorothy. The queen, that witch never leaves her castle. She used to keep her hands clean and she allows the flying monkeys to do the dirty work for her on her behalf. So you got to look at your brother and sister as a flying monkey. Your mother is the ringleader or your abusive father, whichever it is. For me, both of my parents are abusive and both of my parents have used my siblings as flying monkeys to do the spying and stalking on their behalf. So your brother and sister, as adults, when you cut your parents off, your siblings will act as a flying monkey on behalf of your abusive parent, which means your brother and sister will spy on your social media and take information back to your mother and father and have a fucking group conversation or group chat of fucking discussion about what you're posting or how they think. They're going to speculate about how they think or believe you're living. You could be living a whole peaceful lifestyle, but they'll judge you based off of what you post on social media, and they just sit up and fucking gossip. And we know gossip is fucking demonic. I stopped gossiping several years ago because I had to check myself. When I got my life together and I got in therapy and I said, I don't want to be nothing like them motherfuckers in my family. I don't want to gossip. I don't want to be mean-spirited and evil like them. I stopped all that gossiping. I will not participate in gossip, and I get far the fuck away from people that participate in that behavior. It's disgusting and it's demonic. Yeah, your brother and sister will take back any piece of information they feel is worth gossiping about. They'll run it back to your parents. And that's because your parents have groomed and trained your siblings to be the spy. Go do the spying, the stalking. Go keep tabs on your sister. Tell me everything she's doing. If she's got a boyfriend, if she's got a fiance, if she's married, if she has a new job, how much money is she making? How is she raising her kids? Because I want to be in her personal business and I want to call and I want to call Child Protective Services and file fake charges and prank call and report to them that she's abusing her children when she really is not. I want to call the police and do a mental I want to file fake police charges and send the police over there for a mental wellness check. I'm going to spread a vicious smear campaign to the rest of the family and tell family that there's something wrong with my child mentally, or my child's miserable, my child's fat and ugly and jealous of my other daughter. My daughter's jealous that I give my son more attention and affection. Your diabolical, narcissistic mother and father, they're busy sitting back plotting on you. But in order for them to fucking plot and carry out any type of weaponized plans they have against you, they're going to send your dumbass brother and sister to do the dirty work. So it will be your brother and sister trying to keep tabs on you, retrieve information to run it back to your parents. Or there's a lot of y'all that refuse. Y'all just will not cut off your siblings. I don't play that. Both my siblings are cut the fuck off. Bitch, you're not going to play in my face, act like you love me just so you can get on the phone with me and get in my personal business when you and I both know you don't fucking like me because I'm stronger than you, bitch. I got a backbone and I know how to check both my parents and cut them the fuck off and dog walk their ass, something your bitch asses will never be able to do. You'll never be able to cut mommy and daddy off because you need their money. You're like a fucking lap dog waiting for scraps at the table. You need their fucking money. You need their fucking validation. You need favors from them, and you will put up with their toxicity in order to get what you can out of them. Instead of doing what's right, you know the right thing to do is to cut them off so you can heal and get yourself together spiritually and mentally. Your siblings won't cut them off. They'll sit up and talk shit about mom and dad. Mom and dad is this. Mom and dad is that. Okay, bitch, cut them off. Why haven't you cut them off then? If they're so toxic, don't talk about them behind their back to me. What are you doing about it? Are you going to cut them off? No, I didn't think so. So get out my face talking shit about mom and dad. Because what you're really doing with your nosy ass, you trying to get in my business so you can have something to take back to mom and dad. And y'all all are going to have a gossip session about me. I peeped your game, brother and sister. You're cut off. Goodbye. And, you know, growing up, y'all, if you were truly the scapegoat, your mother treated your sister and brother better than you, spoiled them, bought them lots of gifts, praised them, you know, all that, and shitted on you, bullied you in front of your siblings. They actually taught your siblings by example how to bully you and shit on you and be condescending through example. So it's not just your parents that look down on you. Your parents will actually teach your siblings how to look down on you and treat you like shit. Your parents teach your siblings how to bully you. Yes, they do. As well as the rest of the family. You might have cousins that treat you like shit. All that comes from the ringleader. The ringleader starts that shit. And they make it cool. They make it cool to bully you. It's normalized behavior, and it's so cool to bully Chanel and treat her like the fucking scapegoat. And if you dare raise your voice and complain, they'll gaslight the fuck out of you. You need to get over it. This is family. At the end of the day, you got, you know, that's still your mother. That's still your father. You need, you know, you only got one family. Blood is thicker than water. The Bible says honor. They will gaslight you until you shut up with your complaints. When all in all, they need to focus on not being abusive in the first place. It takes the focus off their abusive behavior and it puts the focus on the victim, and it's, you know, it's victim blaming, it's gaslighting, and it's disrespectful. And this is why you end up cutting their motherfucking asses off, because they're fucking dysfunctional and they don't want to focus on their own toxic behaviors. So brother and sister will try to play in your face because they're the flying monkey and they're acting on behalf of mommy and daddy. So you got to gut punch their asses and cut their ass the fuck off. But I wanted to do this video to take it a step further because we're talking about the death of your parents. So when mommy and daddy treat your brother and sister better than you, this is called triangulation as well. They triangulate you against your siblings, play y'all against each other, have y'all competing for their approval and validation. And when you don't participate in that, this is what's going to happen. When mommy and daddy get old and they start getting sick and having health issues, they end up in the hospital. You know, let's just say mom gets cancer and mom needs chemotherapy treatments and all that. They've treated you like shit your entire life. Guess what? When mom and dad start getting sick, they're going to start calling. And because they know they've treated you so bad, they're scared to call you. So they're going to send brother and sister to call you. They're going to send other family members to call you. You know your mother's in the hospital. Y'all need to go ahead and put y'all differences aside. Your mama needs you right now. You know, the Bible says, honor thy mother, honor thy father. You know, your mama needs you right now. We know she wasn't right back in the day. She you know, she loves you. I know you don't feel like she don't love you, but she has her own way of loving you. Don't be like that. You know, go on and visit her in the hospital. You're going to get all those types of phone calls to try to guilt trip you into reconnecting. Once your parents become old and sick, this is what it's either going to come from your siblings or it's going to come from family member. Or let's take it a step further. If your mother and father actually die, then the burden of who's going to pay for the funeral is going to fall on you. Watch how family collectively will come together and try to guilt trip you into paying for the funeral. You got to make the funeral arrangements. You got to take care of all the arrangements and getting them, you know, from the hospital to the mortuary, you know, you know what they're going to wear, who's going to do what, you know, who's going to make the arrangements. You're doing all the planning and paying for shit. Yet and still, it was you that they shitted on the whole time. And I be feeling bad. A lot of people will call me and complain and say, I didn't want to go to the funeral, but my family needed help. And, I ended up paying for everything. And I said, why did you do that? Why couldn't you block your family and stay out of it? You want to pay respects to your mother? Let family deal with that shit. Let family pay for it, since, you can go visit the cemetery, a month later and leave some flowers. Why are you paying for shit? Why are you planning for shit? Why are you involving yourself after you have been dragged and abused for so many fucking years? Oh, because you're a good person and you want your conscience cleared? Guess what? Now that your mother and father are dead, your family's still they're not going to treat you any better. They're still going to bully you. They're still going to talk shit about you. Your parents have trained your family to fucking treat you like shit. That's a ongoing, that's permanent, baby. That does not change once your parents die. You are the scapegoat. Understand the assignment that your family has put you on. That is your forever position. When you cut them off and you're at peace, you keep them out of your life. Because what happens when you reconnect, even if your mom or dad is sick in the hospital or they actually die, you reconnect with family, baby, they gonna drag your ass. Yes, even if you pay for the funeral, even if you plan, make the arrangements, you're still going to get dragged. That they never turn the abuse off. Some of y'all got to learn the fucking hard way. So this is what I say. Since mommy and daddy thinks your siblings are so motherfucking wonderful, and your siblings are just as toxic and narcissistic as your parents are. Your siblings are brats. They're spoiled. They're fucking entitled. They're two-faced snakes. They're gossiping. They're messy. They play both sides of the fence. And when you see through them and their bullshit and you decide to cut them off with the rest of the family, everything they've done to you is going to backfire. Now they got to carry the load and they got to be responsible for mommy and daddy when mommy and daddy get sick and old. Let mommy and daddy move into your siblings' house. Yeah, when your siblings get their own apartment or house and you cut mommy and daddy off, let mommy move in with your sister and see how fucking irritable your sister's going to be, because your mother's going to turn her household inside out. Your mother's going to run that household and boss your sister and be in your sister's business. No, but that's how you thought you was the favorite child. Watch this. Now you're fucking financially responsible for mom. Deal with it and don't call my fucking phone for help, bitch. Or, your brother who is trifling and has multiple baby mamas. He's a womanizer, a woman beater. He's laying up on your mama rent free. Your mama allows him to sleep. He might sleep in a room in her house. He might be in the basement, but he's living off your mama rent free while you're busy working and paying your own bills and you're independent. And you've always been like, mom has spoiled my brother and allowed him to get away with so much. He gets to live rent free off of her. Watch what happens when your mama gets sick. Your brother is waiting for your mama to die so he could live in that house and take over the house and everything. He don't give a fuck about your mama. And when she dies, he's going to try to call you so that you can make the funeral arrangements and pay for everything, because he ain't got no money. He ain't going to make no funeral arrangements and pay for shit. He's not going to take charge and be responsible. He's going to seek other people out to do all that responsible shit. He's definitely going to try to come for you. Mom passed away. You can you help pay for the casket? We need help with this. He going to call you, sis. He ain't going to know what the fuck to do. Yep, the nigga laid up on her rent free for 20 years. And got away with murder because that was her favorite son, her favorite child. Nah, nigga, you're her favorite son, her favorite child. You pay for the funeral. You make the fucking arrangements. You go up to the nursing home and wipe her ass and push her around in the wheelchair. Don't call my phone. Don't call my motherfucking phone. Y'all better get a backbone and stand on business with your siblings. Your siblings participated in the smear campaign that your parents started about you. Your siblings got in these streets and lied and told everybody that you were jealous and envious of them when you were not. You have more success, more fame. You have more than your siblings combined, and they still out in these streets lying on your name. Your siblings thought they were better than you because your parents taught them that they were better than you. So why would they call you and need your assistance when mom and dad is doing bad? Nah, player, that's all you. I'm going to let you handle that. Don't call me when mom and dad's in the hospital. You pay for the medical bills, bitch. Oh, you need help paying for the funeral? You pay for it, bitch. I'm not paying for shit. I'm not showing up to the funeral. Don't put my name in the obituary. Don't call me for nothing. Oh, you think I'm mean? Well, I felt the same way about you all those years when you bullied me and you got in my business and you ran back and gossiped and you ran a smear campaign with my mother. Fuck you, bitch. I'm just returning the favor. I'm holding up a mirror and I'm mirroring your behavior because you've been nothing but mean because my mother taught you to be mean and bully me. But y'all can't handle that when I match motherfucking energy, all of a sudden y'all want to play victim. You're the victim now when you've been doing this shit to me my entire life? No, I'm standing on business. I'm going to set a boundary. Y'all handle that over there. Don't call my phone for nothing. That's how you punish your siblings. You put all the responsibility when mom and dad get old. You let all the responsibility of taking care of your parents fall on your siblings. And see, mom and dad know your siblings are not responsible. Mom and dad know you're the most responsible. When you were a child, you were taking care of the family. You were cooking your siblings' meals. You were the latchkey kid. You babysat. You were forced to be an adult as a teenager, as a child. You were responsible at a young age. Your parents know you're incredibly responsible, and they would rather rely on you to take care of them when they're in the nursing home or the hospital. They want you to make the funeral arrangements because you are the more responsible one out your siblings. But yet you were the most abused. And see, what your parents got to realize is when they become old and gray, there's no guarantee. You shit on your children when they're young, they don't have to take care of you. They can cut you off because you were abusive. And that's the part your parents cannot understand why you won't stick around and take care of them even after the abuse. So since they praised and loved your siblings with their toxic asses, your siblings are so wonderful, then they need to be the ones that take care of your parents in their last days. Stay out of it. You can always pay your respect at the cemetery. Once things die down, a month or two after the funeral, you quietly go to the cemetery, to the tombstone, and you leave some flowers and you say something in peace, and you say it in the presence of God. That's all that really matters, is that you say it before God. You ain't got to show family shit. You ain't got to explain shit to family. That's done. The days of explaining yourself and trying to prove yourself or seek their validation, them days is long gone, honey. We not doing that no more. Everything you do is about pleasing him. You don't have to attend the funeral to please family. You can make peace at the cemetery in the presence of God. Or you can go to the wake. A lot of people like to go to the wake before the funeral starts so that you don't got to deal with family. Go to the wake. The wake is a quick process. You walk up to the casket, you say your piece. You might want to lay a rose down in the casket. Lay a card down in the casket, you sign the guest book, and you get the fuck on. 10, 15 minutes flat. Make your peace and leave. You don't got to stay for the funeral. You've paid your respects. Don't fucking deal with family. Don't pay for shit. Don't tolerate shit. This is what happens when you abuse and bully somebody their entire fucking lives. And now that your ass needs somebody, needs help, you need financial assistance or something, they don't want shit to do with you. This is how your family's going to learn, is when you withdraw your energy and you set a boundary and you cut them off. Don't call me about nothing. Don't call me about no nursing home. Don't call me about who's sick in the hospital. Don't call me about you needing help with the medical bills. Don't call me about no funeral arrangements. I have removed myself completely. God bless y'all. I will make peace with that individual after the funeral. Without y'all in my fucking business. Have a nice night. Spiritual whistleblower has spoken. Let's talk about it in the comment section, y'all. I said what I said.